Hello, everyone. How are you doing? This is Daryl Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, quality consulting from here in Connecticut. I know you've heard me talk a lot about Boeing, about Robert Kelly Oberg, about David Calhoun, all the rest of that. This video today is about the American National Standards Institute and the American National Crediting Board. Have various networks and partnerships. QA expert Daryl Guberman exposes the misconduct. Between 2019 and 22, they sent a guy after me to take me out of action, and it didn't work. He walked away from the case. He did sue me, all the rest of this mess. If you look on the computer, you'll see that the guy won $1.6 million, but the judge never divided it up because I think the judge was fed up with that. Guy came back and sued me again to see if he can get clarification on it, and he walked away from the case. So we're going to continue on. I want to show this to you. In April, I was down supporting Sam Salipar, the whistleblower, concerning the Boeing 777 and 787 aircraft designs. I was there, supporting him, that we have documentation that Boeing allowed a piece of paper for both special processes and an AS9100 certificate, as long as it was ANSI-ANAB accredited, because they sit on the accreditation body's board. You'll see that as I show this to you. And we're going to get through it real quick. So they push that onto their suppliers and subcontractors. They're mandated. They break the Sherman-Clayton Act along with Lockheed Martin against my business. I was there also July and June 18th watching David Calhoun. Now we're going to get into business. ANSI, the American National Standards Institute, and the American National Crediting Board have various networks and partnerships to facilitate accreditation, standardization, and conformity assessment. Some of these networks include, and remember this, is Boeing's quality any better because of it? No. Lockheed Martin, after their 801st ship, still producing aircraft with rejections, and they sit, all of these companies I'm talking to you about sit on ANSI-ANAB's board, shoving down the tuchuses or down the throats of their suppliers and subcontractors. You also have I read a report not that long ago that said on an F-35 they had over 821 rejections, up to including loss of pilot and loss of aircraft, or vice versa. All right, you have all of this mess. You have Pfizer, who skipped quality processes and standards in the manufacture of the COVID vaccine. You have Johnson & Johnson, 75 million vials of COVID vaccine got returned because of skipping quality processes and mold and all the rest of this mess in the process. A multi-recognition agreement, MLA, ANAB, or ANSI-ANAB, has MLAs with accreditation bodies worldwide, ensuring mutual recognition accreditation certifications. The International Accreditation Forum, ANAB, is a member of the IF, which promotes global accreditation certification. Now, mind you, ANSI is the founder of the International Accreditation Forum, which we will show you. ANAB is an affiliate member of the IF. Do you hear how it sounds like that it's like, a separate entity? The International Accreditation Forum, which is incorporated in Delaware, the IF, ANAB is a member of the IF, which promotes global accreditation certification. All of those, IAF, incorporated in Delaware, is an association of accreditation bodies, both national and international, and their sister organization, ILAC, which we'll get to very shortly, which is the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. ANSI and ANAB are underwriters for the IAF, and we're going to get to that. International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation in Australia, ANAB participates in ILAC, fostering international cooperation in laboratory accreditation. Asia Pacific Accreditation Cooperation, APAC. ANAB is involved in APAC, promoting accreditation conformity assessment in the Asia Pacific region. I want to show you this. This is the APAC symbol, logo. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you look very closely, you'll find out that ANSI-ANAB, along with USA, where they are located, especially they have over 10 different registrars in communist China handing out ANAB-accredited certifications. You'll find the Russian Republic, you'll find Iran and Pakistan, who we have in the United States put sanctions on. Because of APAC being a member of the IAF, they got bypass sanctions. So every time, ladies and gentlemen, business owners, My fellow citizens, when you hear presidential sanctions, they're failing us. They don't do anything. ANSI Accreditation Network. ANAB has a network of accredited certification bodies, laboratories, and inspection bodies across various industries. Standards Developing Organization. ANSI collaborates with SDOs, which are the standard developing organizations, such as ASTM, which sits on ANSI-ANAB's board. ISO, which ANSI is a pale player in that. They're like owning the ISO deal. ASME, they're also part of ANSI-ANAB's board to develop and maintain standards. These networks enable ANSI-ANAB to promote conformity assessment, accreditation, and standardization globally, ensuring consistency and quality across the board. Did I tell you, Boeing, Lockheed, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson, does that show consistency and quality across the board? No, I'm going to show you something right off the ISO website. It states, choosing a certification body. Check if it is accredited. Accreditation is not compulsory, and non-accreditation does not necessarily mean it is not reputable, but it does provide an independent confirmation of competence. For Boeing, for Pfizer, for Johnson & Johnson, and Lockheed, does that show an independent confirmation of competence? Absolutely not. And this was on the ANAB website. It states, is your certificate accredited? If your certificate was issued by an ANAB accredited certification body, that means registrar, the answer to this question is probably yes. What does a probably mean to you? Probably doesn't guarantee, does it? And then you have ANSI, which is the American National Standards Institute, which is a private, not-for-profit, non-governmental corporation. We will show you this. In 2015, then Randy Doherty handed over leadership of the IAF to this communist Chinese national, Xiao Jianhua, who's been involved with our quality since 1994. He is also the chief executive of the China National Accreditation Services in Beijing, China, equivalent to accreditation of ANSI-ANAB. He was standing in a laboratory in 2017 in Wuhan, China, an ill-prepared laboratory that he should have never, ever given that certificate to. And then you have 10 different registrars in China that issue an ANAB accredited certification. You have ANSI-ANAB, ANSI-ANAB. ANSI took over complete control over ANAB in between 2015 and 21 with the communist Chinese national who's mandated by his country of origin to take our data through the China National Intelligence Law, Article number 7, and he's doing it. It's actually giving the data away. And this proves to you that this is a bullshit what they just wrote. What I read was, you could tell, because you see that ANSI is the founder of the IF. ANSI-ANAB are underwriters, which means they take all system and product failure. You also have the factor of, here you go, the underwriter, and it said, ANSI-ANAB is an underwriter for the International Accreditation Form. Isn't that nice? On a federal contract, on a standard operating work order from the State Department. This came right off the Management System Accreditation Committee. Because I've been exposing this, they took this page down. This page was copied 3/18/2024 at 10:57 a.m. in the morning. You cannot find this page. You know why? Who sits there? Boeing sits there on this Management System Accreditation Committee that can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification. And here goes the bad one. This is really bad, because you take a look at this. You have the Department of Commerce, Homeland Security, Department of Justice, and the FDA. They're not just members on ANSI-ANAB, the accreditation body of Boeing and Lockheed, etc., but they are also customers. They pay a fee to ANSI-ANAB for basically for work that's being done. ANSI and ANAB supply them materials to the Department of Homeland Security, Department of Commerce, Department of Justice, and FDA. And that's terrible. So this is about ANSI and ANAB have various networks and partnerships. QA expert Daryl Guberman exposes such misconduct. And remember this, the truth will set you free, ladies and gentlemen, and business owners, my fellow citizens, but not until Daryl Guberman is done with you. And I thank you.